I see. Gaming. It's so hot.
Ladies and gentlemen, back by popular demand, Sin Salah been in the building with
Young Woj is back in the building with Sin Salamin this time. We are back for yet another video. This is a little different from what we've been doing together, the NBA Chronicles, which all the links are in the description below. But we are here to talk a little bit about some of the NBA 2K ratings came out. But before we start the video, we have a special message from Sin Salamin.
So once again, as always, thank you guys for the love and support. Just keep on liking, keep on subbing. We're just going to keep on pumping out content for you guys. We are also going to set up a like goal. If you could give us 10 likes, you know, it'll give us some good motivation to keep on going. It'll encourage us. It'll make us feel good and make you guys feel good because the video's getting out there. And let's begin.
But again, guys, like Sin said, thank you so much for the support, and 10 likes on this video would be amazing. But like we said, let's get into the video. So 2K has released so far 15 players ratings. 14 of them have been on Team 2K, and we have one mystery. I mean, it's not really a mystery if you follow the ratings, but we will talk about all 15 ratings that have been released so far. So let's get into it. So number one, we are gonna check on Ben Simmons, who ended last year with an 85 overall rating, and this year was given an 87 overall rating. So how you feeling about that?
So those 2 points were just given to him just because he won Rookie of the Year. He shouldn't have got that, but we'll get back there later. I'm just kidding. I think that's a solid rating. He led his team over to the playoffs, a long playoff run at that. He ran into the Celtics, but you know, it is what it is. Next season coming, trust the process.
Agreed.
Okay, so now we're going to go ahead to our next contestant, the Greek Freak, Giannis.
AKA.
I can't say his name.
So his name is Giannis Antetokounmpo, and he has been given a rating of 94, the same as last year, or this year when it came to an 94, no change. Good rating for him. Once he's able to shoot, I think that may go up this season if he's added that. But again, dominant beast in the paint.
That's a definite fact.
But, you know, we'll see how he transitions into possibly being the best player in the East. But next up, we have the man, the myth, the legend, the great one, LeBron James, at a 97 to end the year, but a 98 to start 2K19.
I like it a lot.
You do.
That's all I gotta say.
Okay.
King James is going to take the Lakers to the playoffs this season.
I think he should have been a 99 personally, and I'm not even a LeBron fan.
I'm not a LeBron fan either. I'm going to be honest with you. Kobe till I die, alright? Now, let's not get too off track. Let's go to our next. We have Jason Tatum from the Celtics. He ended off with an 82 at 2K18. He's now at an 80. What's that? An 87. So that's 5 more points. I think that's pretty good. He was a good role model towards the team, especially due to injury. They had a nice playoff run as well, and we'll see him improve, especially since he's been, you know, practicing with Mamba.
With the Bean himself, the great one as well. I think he's the second best player ever, but let's not get too off track. Tatum with an 87, 5-point jump. Next up, his teammate, the 15th man, released today on August 2nd, Jaylen Brown. He was boosted from an 81 over to an 84 this year to start the year. I think well-deserved rating. Maybe I would have given him an 85, but I think it was a well-deserved rating overall.
I do agree with you on that. Probably in the rookie season, he was capped real high for potential. But hey, growth is growth, no matter how big or small.
Agreed.
So we'll see him improve later on. And off to our next guy, we have Kemba Walker. Ugh. 85 for 2K18 ending off. 86 for 2K19. I say that's a solid rating right there. He's past his peak. Hornets haven't really done much at all, no matter how many players they get, what players they get. Sorry, Kemba, but that's how I feel about you.
So now you guys see how New Yorkers attack each other. I'm just playing.
Yeah.
Moving on to the next one here, we have got the man himself, Donovan Mitchell, aka
Spider, but we ain't talking about and one over here. It's spelled with an I here.
So Spider, aka Donovan Mitchell, ended the year last year at 84 overall. So he did come up. I think he started at like a 77, maybe a 79. Came up to an 84 to end the season. Well-deserved 87 for him to start the year. Led the Jazz to the playoffs. Victory over the OKC Thunder. And I mean, he's really their only offensive option to create everything for himself. So great for him. 87.
My man's was robbed. Rookie of the year. I don't care. Let's get another redo, a recount.
So, while we recount the Rookie of the Year voting, we will move on to D'Angelo Russell, the former Laker, now a Brooklyn Net, going from an 82 to an 83 overall.
All right, so this man doesn't have ice in his veins because he's getting icy hot. He spoke to Shaq a little bit. He ended off with 82 at 2K18. He's at 2K19 with an 83. I think that's a fair rating. He was injury prone, to be honest, for the majority of the season. We'll see how he bounces back.
We shall see. I mean, I'm not really sure. We saw some glimpses when he was with the Lakers. Haven't really been able to watch him with the Nets. 83, I think, is a good rating, safe rating from 2K. But moving on.
We're going to go over to the Brow over at the Hornets. 94.
Means
94
the
last
Pelicans, because they used to be the Hornets years ago.
Oh, my bad.
But the Pelicans.
I'm stuck in the past, man. I'm stuck in the past with the Bobcats.
We got the Brow here.
94 last year, 94 this year. Think that's solid. If he was to cut off his unibrow, he'd get a 96.
I mean, I think that's his whole marketing scheme, so I don't think that's happening, but I agree, 94, good rating for him. But a little bit of a controversial one is his former now teammate, the new Warrior, Boogie Cousins, was given a 90.
The third splash brother.
The third, he's more like an uncle, but the third splash uncle brother. Has a 90. Let's see how he does. I expect that rating to fluctuate.
Yep.
Due to his injury, and nobody's come back from Achilles injury the same. So, we shall see where it goes. I think to start, a safe rating is the same as last year's 90. Is fine for me. But moving on, DeMar DeRozan is the next one, and he was given an 89 to end the year and an 89 to begin the year. However, as you guys see him on 2K18 on the Raptors, he has been traded to the Spurs. And we did have a video talking about this, so check out the link in the description below. But how do you feel about DeMar's 89?
89 seems about right. Raptors haven't really gone anywhere. He is improving his game, adding a little bit to his package, but I don't see all the numbers just crunching together to raise him or lower him. So 89 seems about right. I think when he gets his foot in the door with the Spurs, I see him at a 92, ending it off.
Okay. I would agree. I do see him going up in Pop's system. Pop is probably one of the best coaches ever. So I see him definitely getting the best out of DeMar. We might see peak DeMar next year. So I look forward to that.
And not too far behind, we have Kawhi Leonard, the new Raptor. He ended up the 2K18 season with 95. Right now he's a 94. I think this was a safer route for 2K because he only played 9 games. He is going to be dominant in the East, so I already see that going up to a 96. But how you feel about that?
I mean, I think it's a good rating in terms of injury-wise and stuff. He did go through a lot. However, I do agree he will most likely dominate the East. But I think one guy who has something to say about that is the Greek Freak, the guy who plays the same position. He needs to learn how to shoot a little bit, but we'll see how it goes.
Yep.
But moving on to the next one, we have PG, a.k.a. Playoff Paul George, a.k.a. Playoff P. He was given a rating of 89 to start the year, while he ended last year at an 88. So not too much of a difference, 1 point increase. And as since Solomon over here has been saying that 1 point was for loyalty.
And some money too.
So he did get paid this offseason, got a 1 overall rating. I have no gripes with the rating at all. But moving on to our next guy, we have the center, a young center here for the Timberwolves, Karl Anthony Towns, aka Cat. He was given a 91 overall, and he ended last year at a 90.
And he wasn't getting any breaks there. I know you got some feelings towards him. I think the 91 is good for him. He showed his dominance throughout the regular season. I didn't really see too much of the playoffs, but I think it's just he's growing. 2K sees potential in him. I think the 91 is valid.
I think 91 is too high because this man does not play defense and disappears in the playoffs. Listen, those are two of the biggest things needed at the 5. I mean, especially for a guy who is 22, maybe 23. He needs to learn how to play defense to stay in this league. You see everyone switching to a all switching defense. So everyone, yes, has to shoot, but everyone needs to be able to guard their man. So I see that coming maybe down 1 or 2 points by the end of next year, unless this man learns how to play defense.
And to end it off here, we got Dame Dollar,
aka the best rapper in the NBA. He was given a 90 to end last year and a 90 to start this game. So I personally think that's a good rating. Didn't really show up in the playoffs. The Pelicans shut him down. 90 is okay. We'll see how the Blazers do this year, but I have no gripes with it.
Yep, I agree with you there. What are your final thoughts on all of the overall
I think
ratings?
The Team 2K guys, the 14 ratings that first came out, were more than likely the best players rated. I mean, leaving out Kevin Durant, and he's the only one really, and Steph Curry.
And James Harden.
And Russell Westbrook. So a lot of the top guys are in Team 2K. Jaylen Brown was just released today. Good ratings, maybe off by 1 or 2, but good ratings so far. I'm looking forward to 2K19 coming out.
And if the 2K team wanted to add me in there for a rating, just give me a 78. I can give you a long 2. I can't dunk. I'm sorry, man. I'm
No
tall,
knees.
but I'm fat. I'm old. No knees, definitely. What would you rate yourself?
I'm not gonna lie. I play a lot of 2K, but maybe I need to get on the court to be playing some more ball, because I can shoot sometimes, I can dribble never, and I'm a hack on defense.
He's got that old school mentality.
I do. I'm trying to get to the bucket, trying to bank it in. The bank's always open, so maybe a 65, 60 maybe. But we do want to see what you guys would rate yourselves. Check out the poll up top. Please definitely rate yourselves. We want to see what everybody thinks they would get in 2K.
And also, if you agree with the ratings here, or you agree or disagree with us, let us know down in the comment section below. Keep the conversation going. And once again, 10 likes is the goal. Whether we make it or not, we're going to keep on making videos, but the 10 would help us, just to encourage us, because it's all about growth, no matter how big or small. Hasta la pasta.